Okay, Assalamu alaikum. I hope mwanisikia. Assalamu alaikum. Ikiwa wanisikia kabla sijaanza lesson, just ni statistics 1 inamaanisha kwa sisi wasifunzi statistics 2. Okay, ikiwa wanisikia, just comment there so you can hear me. Okay, let me look at the comment section. This is live, is not recorded, so you can talk. I'm still here, so if you can hear me before we start the lesson, just give me a thumbs up. Somehow it's very hard to know. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, natumai wanisikia vizuri tena vizuri sana. Okay, so leo tutasoma statistics 1 and statistics 2. Hii PDF ikiwa huna, can share it with you. Okay, I can share it with you. You just have to contact me 0797550885, my YouTube channel kama kawaida, and Mastery Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe kabla tujaanza lesson so that you can catch up with my work. So these questions are all KCSE questions, and we're going to do them one by one. So stay tuned, don't feel bored. So at the end of this lesson, itakuwa statistics 1 na 2 itakuwa shwari. Just as an exclaimer, these questions are mostly computation questions. So they're mostly computation questions. They're not graphical questions. So if I get time next time, I will post graphical questions like such as histogram, cumulative frequency graph. But for now, we'll deal with those computation questions, which are mean, median, mode, assumed mean. Also, we're going to deal with many certain questions. Okay, apart from mean, median, mode, we're going to deal with standard deviation, quartile deviation. Okay, we're going to deal with what do you call it, variances, and many things. Okay, so just like you see, question 1 ni swali la median. Okay, swali la median, isikushtue. Swali la median, and how do you answer such questions? Very easy. So tukianza kusoma hii swali, ukiona swali lasema let's start the session. Tukianza kungojea wanafunzi, itakuwa time ya songa na hatufiki mahali. So let's start reading the question, and the question says, question 1, every week the number of absentees, okay, the number of absentees in a school was recorded over a period of 39 weeks. Okay, it was recorded over a period of 39 weeks. The observations were tabulated as shown below. So the number of absentees ambao ni 0:3. Frequency yake ni frequency as in the number of weeks. So ni 6, 4 to 7 ni 9. We have 8 to 11. 8 to 11 kama vile waona 8, 12, 15, 11, 16 to 19 ni 3, na 20 to 23 ni 2. Question yasema estimate the median absentee rate. Okay, estimate the median absentee rate per week in the school, ambayo ni rahisi sana. Unaona maswali haya huwa ni rahisi, the easiest question you'll ever tackle, so especially ambao ukipata maswali kama mean, median, they are very easy. So the question is, how do we tackle it, right? So how do you tackle it? How do you start tackling it? So kama kwenye table nimechora, kuna row nyingine ambao nimeacha. So before tackling any median question, you have to know cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency ambao tutaita CF. Sawa, na cumulative frequency usually ni accumulation tu ya hizi vitu. Okay, so cumulative frequency, let's say hapo yanza na 6, hapo chini utaanza na 6, then utaenda kwa 9, add 6 plus 9 which gives you 15, then 15 plus 8 gives you 23, 23 plus 11 gives you 34, and 34 plus 3 37, and plus 2 39, in which image support hiyo kitu chetu ambayo iko hapa. So do not get confused on how we got 39 from there. So estimate the median absentee. A median is usually calculated by this formula. Sorry for that. It's calculated by formula which is stated as LP, lower boundary, plus N kubwa over 2 minus CF over F times class intervals. N over 2, you can also write it like sum of F, in which our sum of F is 39 weeks. Sawa paka hapo. Sio. So how do you get this lower boundary? I don't know, sum of F nini hizo. So usually uangalie hapa, hii ndo first step yetu. So sum of F divide by 2. Ukiangalia sum of F yetu ni usually ile ya mwisho, which is 39. So you take 39 divide by 2. So 39 divide by 2 itakupa ngapi? Chukua calculator yako. Gives us 19.5. Okay, 19.5. So 19.5. So obviously hii 19.5 in your cumulative frequency above. Sorry for that. So 19.5 yako uangalie hapo cumulative frequency, hiyo 19.5 iko wapi? Sio, 19.5 iko wapi? Haiko kwa 6, haiko kwa 15, iko kwa 20, haiko kwa 23. Yeah, iko kwa 23, sorry. So iko kwa 23 kwa sababu ushapita 15. So ikiwa kwa 23, it means that you shade the whole thing hapa, itakusaidia maana. So just shade it ama just highlight it. Kwangu sijui kwa nini highlight kivingine, but you should highlight it at maximum. So nime highlight hiyo column. So 39 divided by 2 minus your cumulative frequency above. Cumulative frequency above ikiwa tumechora vibaya hivi, lakini our cumulative frequency is the one above. Ikiwa tutachora in a column one way, this is the one which is above it, so which is 15. So ama cumulative frequency behind, sijui utaandika vipi. So times your class intervals. Class intervals nao ni rahisi kupata, watu waikoroga. Class intervals wapata vipi? Wahesabu kutoka 8 mpaka 11 kuna namba ngapi? So ukihesabu 8, 9, 10, 11 ni 4 numbers. So is 4 numbers, so it means that the class interval is 4. But in case yani hiyo range hiyo ni kubwa, let's say for example 1000 to 200, wezi hesabu zote, sio? So basically don't do 11 minus 8, it's very wrong. So what you usually do, utachukua kitu yaitwa lower class limit. Ukiangalia 8 mpaka 11, our upper class limit should be plus 0.5, our lower class limit should be minus 8 minus 0.5. So in which our class limit should be from 7.5 to 11.5. So our upper class is 11.5, our lower class is 7.5. If you subtract 11.5 to 7.5, itakupa 4. And that's how you get your class intervals. And don't do those sijui ati 8 11 minus 8 itakupa answer wrong, unless your data is a continuous data. Ikiwa data yako ni continuous, for example uko na 0 mpaka 4, then data yako anza hapo hapo 4 mpaka which is 4 mpaka 9, let's say, hiyo ni mfano. Ushaona hapa our data is continuous, so therefore if you take 9 minus 4 haina haja, haina shida, kwa sababu data yako hapa yamaliza na 4 na kwenye hiyo nyingine, kwenye class nyingine anza na 4. But ikiwa class zako za tofautiana, for example 0 to 3, umeona ukienda next class yanza 4 bali yanze 3, so hapo wafa ufanye upper class minus lower class, sawa, in which ni hiyo 4 over f hapa over frequency. Na frequency ni nini? Na hapo wanafunzi wengi wachanganyikiwa. So over frequency huwa wadhani bado wako kwa hiyo cumulative frequency, which is very wrong. So over frequency nime highlight, ndio maana nikasema let's highlight this column. So ukiona hapa frequency yako ni 8, so yafaa divide na 8 hapa. So plus, okay, remember we finish with this, what's remaining is our lower boundary, and our lower boundary still in that same column 8 to 11. Our lower boundary tunasema ni 7.5, our highest boundary was 11.5, so it takes 7.5, sawa. So 7.5 plus 39 divided by 2, which was 19.5, minus our cumulative frequency above, which is 15, times 4 all over 8. Sawa mpaka hapo. I hope sijachanganya watu wengi. Sije ikiwa nimekuchanganya niambie na mapema, so that I don't confuse you or okay. So take your calculator with you. 19.5 minus 15 divided by 8 times 4. So okay, divide na 8, it should give you at least hii ni 7.5 plus 0.5625 and then times 4. Let's just do the whole thing. So which gives us 4 times 0.5625. Okay, multiply it up by 2.25, and if you take 2.25 you add to 7.5, itatupa around 9.75. so that's our median. Sorry for that long thing, but I hope mmeelewa paka hapa. Sasa tuende kwa swali lingine, which is question 2. Question 2. So question 2 says the following enrollment figures for 20 primary schools were collected. See, and which is this, all of them, 934, CG 923, and etc. So that says soma yote. Question A, determine the mode. Okay. Question B, the differences from an assumed mean were obtained and rearranged as follows. Okay, which is those -2, -2, -1, 1. Sijui kwa nini, lakini kwa familia ilikuja swali kama hili, but it should have been kwenye statistics 2 kwa sababu ya assume mean. So basically all of these questions just derive them from familia. So if you finish this session with me, then itakuwa ushapata kujua majibu ya maswali yote na vile yanavyofanywa. Sawa mpaka hapo. Sawa. So okay, let's continue. Just confirmation. Yeah. So determine the mode. Usually the mode is the repetitive number kwenye ile data. So let's search for a number which is repetitive, yani yakaririka, so iko mara nyingi. So ukiona hapa the only number ambao is very repetitive, I think is around 9, is it 934 ni mara 2, okay, no mara 3, kuna hata mara 5, 1 2 3 4. Is there another 934? I don't think so. 923 is just 2 times. 936 no times, just that. So 933 is 3 times. So I think the only answer to this question is just 934. So sioni namba ingine ambayo iko very repetitive compared to 934. Yapatikana mara nyingi kwenye data. Sawa. Question says, question B, the differences from an assumed mean. Hiyo tutagusia assumed mean ni kama introduction, but tukiingia statistics tu nitaelezea kwa upana. The differences from an assumed mean were obtained and rearranged as follows. We have -2, -2, -1, 1, and all of those. So determine the assumed mean. So, determine the assumed mean. So how do you know the assumed mean? So ukiona hapa, you can take any number. But let's take this number, okay? Let's take this number, which is just 15. So usually assume mean is given by your x minus assume mean. No, it shouldn't be like that. It should be d, okay? Something deviation. These are deviation, and your deviation is given by x minus assume mean. So x are usually those numbers that has written, and this the ones that are being given here are just deviations, but the ones that are on top are usually your x values. Okay, so if you take the highest value, or let's say we take the smallest value, if you take the smallest value and you minus the assumed mean, usually the answer that you'll get here will be positive. Ukichukua namba ndogo ukisubtract na ile assumed mean, okay, ikiwa hiyo namba ikiwa utachukua namba kubwa ikiwa utachukua namba kubwa we subtract na you assume mean, you'll get a positive value. But if you take a smaller number, subtract with the assume mean, then basically you'll get a negative number. So the largest number that we see here, ukiangalia out of all the data that we have, is around 940. I don't see any other large number. So yeah, just 940. Okay, if you want, you can create your own frequency table so that you don't confuse yourself. Okay, so x, let's say 940, and you don't know, you assume mean, but you know its deviation is 15. So 940. So if you want to get assume mean, then basically what we need to do, we just take 940 minus 15. So our assumed mean is how much? 940 minus 15 is 925. So basically that's your answer. So just 1 mark. Roman 2, use the assumed mean B Roman 1 above to calculate the mean enrollment. So to calculate the mean enrollment. Therefore, let's write down everything here. So let me just have a ruler somewhere. So we'll write down a table ambayo kuna x, kutakuwa na nini, deviation and something like that. So let me just write it down. Let me just draw it first of all, which is around, yep, okay. Okay, so yatosha hii. So hapa ndo deviation yetu. Okay, yeah, hapa ndo deviation yetu. So our deviations are just as follows, which is, let's just write down every deviation that you see here, and let's say we have f's. Okay, so that you don't get confused. Deviation ya kwanza ni -2. -2 kuna mara mbili, so utaandika hapa frequency ni 2. Alafu kuna -1. -1 ni mara moja. Alafu kuna 1. 1 pia ni mara moja. Kuna 2 mara tatu, so utaandika hapa 2 mara tatu. Okay, 2 iko mara tatu. And then we have 4, which is once only, 4 ambao ni once. And then we have 6 2 times. Hakuna 5, remember, usije ukaandika 5 too. We have 6 2 times. And we also have 7 once also. 7. So we have 7. Okay, and let's extend this line. Let's just extend it for the benefit of the doubt. 7 iko mara moja, so just write it once. 8 iko mara ngapi? 8 iko mara mbili. 9 iko mara 4. So we have 8 mara mbili, 9 mara ngapi? 9 mara tatu, 11, 12, 15. 9 mara tatu, then you have 11, 12, and 15. So let me just wrap this so that we can get enough space. So tunasema 8, and you have 9, then you have 11, 12, and 15. Okay, so 12 and 15, 9 mara tatu, 11 mara moja, 12 mara moja, na 15 mara moja. So 12, 11, 15. So just once. So and then you find something called frequency density. Not frequency density, sorry, FD. So but ushapata deviation, or you'll search for something called FD. So let's search for something called FD. Okay, now let's search for it. So tupande, so FD iko hapa. So -2 times 2 ni -4. -1 times 1, -1, 1 hii hapa ni 6, hapa ni 4, hapa ni 12, hapa ni 7, hapa ni 16. 9 times 3 ni 27, hapa ni 11, hapa ni 12, and hapa ni 15. Sawa hapo. So tayari FD wajua. So your sum of frequency lazima tutafute. So sum of frequency yako ni ngapi na sum of FD ni ngapi? So ukiangalia, ukiadd hizi frequency zote hapa itakupa ngapi? So nadhani hapa ziko itakupa 39 kwa sababu tumeambiwa no, for 20 primary schools, so ni 20. Ukiadd 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 19. Why is it giving 19? 19, let me confirm. -2 mara mbili, 1, -1 mara moja, 1 mara moja, 2 mara tatu, 4 mara moja, 6 mara mbili, 7 mara moja, 8 mara mbili, 9 mara tatu, 11 mara moja, 12 mara moja, na 15 mara moja. So let me confirm again kwa sababu hapo umeambia 20 primary schools, unless kama wao ndo wamekosea, or is this another question? Let me just confirm for the case. 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. It gives me 19. Why does it give me 19? Why does it give me 19? It should give me, nimekosea mahali ama ni 2 mara tatu, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It should give me 20, and that's what I'm confirming. Before we continue, -2, and let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. -2 ni mara mbili, -1 mara moja, 2 mara tatu, 4 mara moja, 6 mara mbili, 7 mara moja, 8 mara mbili, 9 mara, so sorry, 9 ni mara 4, si mara tatu. So but it shouldn't, and I think I've realized my mistake. So hapa yafaa inipe 20, na kwa hapa FD yafaa ukiadd zote -4 plus -1 plus -1 plus 1 plus 6 plus 4 plus 12 plus 7 plus 16 plus 27 plus 11 plus 12 plus 15 should give me 100 so nimekosea mahali pia hapo kwa times. Hapa yafaa iwe times 4, so 9 times 4 is 36. Okay, so -4 plus -1 plus 1 plus 6 plus 4 plus 12 plus 7 plus 16 plus 36 plus 11 plus 12 plus 15, and it gives me 115. Alright, so your mean is usually given by sum of FD over sum of F plus assume mean. So sum of FD ni 115 divided by sum of F. Sum of F yako ni 20 plus assume mean ambao tumpata hapa ni 925. Okay, so take that with you, 115 divided by 20 plus 925 ambao itakupa 930.75. Sawa mpaka hapo. Tuendelee na swali lingine. Question 3. So 6 weeks after planting, the height of bean plants was measured to the nearest centimeter. The frequency distribution is shown below. Height yetu ni hiyo 0 to 4, alafu kuna 4 to 8, alafu kuna 8 to 12, kuna 12 to 16 na kuna nyingi hapa. Sawa? Okay. So enter the cumulative frequency in the table. So frequency ni hizi 3, 8, 19, 14, 6. So cumulative frequency kama tulivyosema hapa ni 3. Hapa ni 3 plus 8, 11, 11 plus 19 ni 30, 30 plus 14, 44, 44 plus 6 ni 50. Sawa? So tusha enter tayari. Estimate the median height of the plants. So vile tulivyosema is given by lower boundary plus sum of F over 2, ama ukitaka utaandika n, minus cumulative frequency above over F times your class intervals. Sawa? Haya, sum of F ni 50. So 50 divide by 2. So tutaanza kuandika hapa 50 divide by 2 minus cumulative frequency above. Sawa? So 50 divide by 2 ni 25. Correct? So hapa kwenye cumulative frequency tafuta 25 iko wapi? So 25 iko hapo kwa 30. So ikiwa hapo kwa 30, shade this, or if you highlight this part, sawa? So minus cumulative frequency above, which is behind it, ambao ni minus 11, sawa? So 50 divided by 2 tayari tunajua ni ngapi? 50 divided by 2 tayari tunajua ni ngapi? Ambao ni 25. Divide by a frequency. Frequency yetu tumpata hapa kwa hii ambao tumeshade ama tumehighlight ni 19. So divide by 19 times your class intervals from 8 to 12 ni ngapi? Na hapa kumbuka from 8 to 12 class interval yako ni ngapi? So kihesabu 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ni 4. Sawa? So ni times 4. So ukifanya pia 12.5 minus 7.5, I think 12.5 minus 7.5. 7.5 should give you 4. 8, 9, 10, 11. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. Oh, now this one I forgot. Na nimewakumbusha kwenye ile last question. Hii sasa ndo continuous data. Ukiangalia 4 to 8 na imeanza hapo 8 to 12. Umeona sasa vile ilivyo. Just like I've said. Lakini basically it's not 8 to 12, it's like 8 to 11. So if you have a continuous data like this, just take 12 minus 8, which gives you 4. So your class interval hapa ni 4, because hapa si 12, hapa basically ni 11. So ukihesabu 11.5 minus 7.5 itakupa ngapi? Itakupa around 4. Sawa? Haya, plus lower boundary yetu. Lower boundary yetu hapa ni 7.5. Sawa? So lower boundary yetu si 7.5, sorry, is 8. Nimesema continuous data. Ikiwa continuous data hakuna sijui lower class limit wala nini. So hapa ni 8, 25 minus 11, so 8 plus 25 minus 11, which gives us 14. Divide by 19, 10 times 4, it should give you 2.947. Ukiadd hizo mbili itakupa 10.947. Sawa, 10.947. So hapo tumeelewana. So remember our lower class limit, kwa vile hii ni continuous data 4 to 8, 8 to 12, just your lower class limit ni hiyo ni 8, na ukichukua kutafuta class interval ni 12 minus 8. Why is it like that? Ni kwa sababu hii pale ambapo yaisha ndo pale ambapo inapoanzia. So ikimalizia na 12 hapo next class yaanzia na 12 to 16. So I hope nadhani mpaka hapo tumeelewana. So tuendelee. The number of people who attended an agricultural show in one day was 510 men, 1,080 women, and some children. So when the data was represented on a pie chart, the combined angle for the men and children was 216 degrees. Find the angle representing the children. So for now, I don't have a protractor or anything, but I'll draw it. So hapa hii ndo pie chart. So in one day was 510 men. So kulikuwa na 510 men. There was 1,080 women and some children. So when the data was represented on a pie chart, the combined angle for the men and children was 216. The combined angle for the men and children, so plus children, ilikuwa ni ngapi? 216. So, but the women, you don't know. You can find out still. So kama men and children 216, the women will mean that it is 360 minus 216, ile ambayo itakaobaki from 360. And kwa nini nimeandika 360? This is because a whole circle usually consists of 360 degrees angle. So 360 minus 216, which gives us around 144 degrees. And I hope you've understood till that point. So 144 degrees represents the 1,080 women. Now let's find out the angle representing the children. So I hope we're good to go. So let's first find out the angle representing the men themselves, and that's one will give us the angle representing the children. Okay, so we say that if 1,080 women were represented by 144 degrees angle, then you ask yourself for about 510 men. So you do the cross multiplication, 510 times 144, you divide by 1,080, and if you use your calculator, how much will it give you? It gives you around 68 degrees. So the 68 degrees represents the men only, but remember 216 degrees represent the men and the children. So ukichukua 216 ukisubtract na ile ya men, remember this is men and children, and this is just men. If you subtract that, it gives you the angle for the children. So 216 minus 68, which gives you 148 degrees. And I hope till there you've understood the angle representing the children. So hata hujaulizwa you find the number of children or blah 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 blah, si lazima. Okay, this is another question of statistics 1. Let's make sure we finish this. The table below shows height of 50 students. The height in here 140 to 144, which is frequency 3, 144, 5, 149. So this one now we call it a group data. So we call it a grouped data kwa sababu waona kuna ranges. So if you have sort of thing there, then we have to create a table called X. Okay, let's create a table called X, and let's create another table called, obviously, but we're searching for the median. Are we searching for the height as well? No, we're not searching for the height. We just let's create a table for cumulative frequency. I thought we were searching for the mean. That's why I was thinking there was midpoint. Okay. Okay. So cumulative frequency. So question, the first question says state the model class, and the model class is that class which has the largest frequency. If you see this table, the class which has the largest frequency should be 150 to 155. Sorry for that. Not 150, 155, 150, 154. Sorry for that small error. So your answer here should give you 150 to 154. Why is it that? Because it has the largest frequency. So question 2 says calculate the median height, and still we do the same thing. Frequency is this one. So we start writing cumulative frequency, and then by ushandika 3 add to 15, it gives you 18. 18 add to 19, it gives you around 37. 37 add to 11, yafaa ikupe 48, na 48 add to 2, yafaa ikupe 50, and this is the 50 students. Sawa, ikiwa wajua sahihi how to calculate the mean ama the median, just take your time, take a book and find it out by yourself. So the formula is still the same, minus cumulative frequency above times class intervals all over f. Sawa, lower boundary yetu sasa. So first let's search for f, summation of f over 2. Summation of f ni 50, so 50 divided by 2, and 50 if you divide it by 2 you get 25. And where is the 25? The 25 is around here. 25 is around here at 37. Sawa, hapa ndo 25 yetu. So lower boundary hizo lazima tutafute. So summation of f divided by 2 tushapata ni 25, minus cumulative frequency above. That's what I meant after nikisema cumulative frequency above, which is 18. So minus 18 all over frequency. Nimekuambia highlight hii so that usije ukasahau. So highlight this one. So over frequency yako ni hii hapa 19. So divide by 19. Class intervals ni hii si continuous data. Therefore your upper class limit ni 145.5 minus 149.5. In which answer yetu hapa itakupa ngapi? 154.5 minus 149.5 ni 5. So hata ukihesabu na mkono wako 150 paka 154, they are just 5 numbers. Plus lower boundary tunasema 154.5. Sawa. So if I take 25 minus 18, it should give me around 7. Divide by 19 times 5, itanipa 1.842. 1.842. Add this up, 154.5 plus 1.842. It should give me the answer to be 156.342. 156.342. In which is it the answer true or false? I think is that's the answer. That's quite the answer. For again, someone did a mistake and wrote for me. Yeah, that's quite the answer. Because 25 times 5. Let me search it. Acha niangalie tena so that I don't make a mistake. Oh, sorry. Lower class limits nimeandika vibaya obviously. Hapa ni 149.5 to 154.5. Sorry for that. Kama umeshtukizia naona you've already written in the comment section. Thank you for that. 149.5. Okay, the lower class limit hapa, class should start from 149.5 to 154.5. So hapa ni 149.5, and if you add those up plus 1.842 itakupa 151.342, lakini andika to four significant figure 151.3 yatosha. Andika in centimeter please. Yeah, hizo data tu tushapata. Ushaona maswali sasa yajirejelea tu kama kawaida. Now in this question of ours, now this is a different question. Hii sasa haiulizi mambo na median. yauliza mambo na mean, so we should know how to find mean in this case. So number of matches, so find the mode. So la kwanza, and how do you find the mode? The mode is the one with the largest frequency. Hii ni frequency yetu. Okay, so frequency yetu, the largest frequency ni 6, so our mode is basically 1. So it's very simple question. Sawa. So lingine, number of matches, find the mean number of calls scored. So for you to get the mean number of calls scored, this one represents x and this one represents f. Sawa. So, and the mean is usually calculated by this formula, sum of fx divided by sum of f. So let's search for sum of fx. Sum of fx, so fx utaandika hapa fx. Sawa. 0 times 5 ni 0, so we're basically doing like this. 1 times 6 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 1 is basically 4, 5 times 1 is 5. So if you add this up, sum of fx itanipa ngapi? So add 0 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9 plus 4 plus 5. 0 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9 plus 4 plus 5, and it gives me 32. So hiyo ni sum of fx. Sum of f ni hizi hapa, 5 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. Sawa, usitafute sum of x wajikoroga tena. Plus 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1, ambapo itakupa 20. So this is f, sum of f, and this is sum of fx. So just take that sum of fx, so take 32 divided by 20, na answer itakuwa ngapi? Should give you 1.6. Tuko sawa? Tuko pamoja? Tuko pamoja? Yeah. So I think it's the same, but this one now is asking for assumed mean again. Question 6, marks scored in a mathematics test as shown. So you have the marks and etc. Okay, sasa hapa tutafuta kitu yaitwa model class. First question, Roman 1, state the model class. Our model class is the one with the highest frequency, in which ni hii hapa, and your class is this one, 60 to 69. So that's the first answer that you got. Right, it's not that hard. Watu waona hizi maswali kama haya ni magumu. Roman 2, determine the class containing the median mark. Determine the class containing the median mark. Remember hapa hapujaulizwa tafuta median nini, umeulizwa tu determine the class containing the median mark, but for that you'll still have to create your cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency hapa ni 1, hapa ni 2, not 2, 1 plus 2 ni 3. Okay, hapa ni 7, hapa ni 14, hapa ni 24, hapa ni 40, if I'm correct. Hapa ni 40, hapa ni 60, 66, 69 and then 70. So our cumulative frequency ni hiyo. So kama utakutafuta median yako iko wapi, sum of f divided by 2. So you take 70 divided by 2, which is 35. And now let's search for 35 now. 35 iko hapa, iko kwa 40. So basically ni okay, sorry for that, hapa ni 24 na hapa ni 40. So it's basically here. So iko kwa 35, iko kwa 40. So just shade this or highlight this. So your median should lie in this class 52, 59. Haina haja ufanye sijui lower class boundary sijui nini. Ushaona maswali huwa ni tofauti. It doesn't come always using a formula. Okay. Question B, using an assumed mean of 54.4, calculate the mean mark. Sasa hapa ndo tutaingia a new thing. So a new thing. So umeambiwa using an assumed mean, but first let's find out the midpoint. Right, let's find out the midpoint, which is x. and let me just draw here. And then let me draw another thing, very small, kadogo. I think here another thing here. So, oh sorry, here tosha. So yeah, kama nimechora vibaya, poleni. Haya, midpoints in hiyo, and we have something called fx something d. Hapa sasa d lazima utafute ni x minus a, and then we have something called fd, which is frequency times density, frequency times your deviation. Your midpoint, upata midpoint 0 mpaka 9, what do you usually do? Utachukua 0 plus 9 divide by 2. Utachukua ile ya kwanza plus ya mwisho divide by 2. Yani 0 plus 9 ni 9. Ukidivide na 2 yafaa ikupe ngapi? 4.5. So your midpoint is 4.5. Sawa? The same thing, 10 plus 19 divided by 2, 29, 29.2, 29 divided by 2 is still 14.5. And then zote zitakuwa hiyo range kwa sababu hakuna, the class that doesn't change. So 14.5, the other one 24.5, 34.5. We have 44.5. We also have 54.5. We have 64.5. We have 74.5. We have 84.5, and you also have 94.5. So D is your deviation equal to x minus a. X minus a. So x yako ni gani? Ndio hiyo midpoint. And your assume mean tuliambiwa hapo kwenye hii swali. Assume mean ni ngapi? 54.4. Siona, maswali ni rahisi. So 54.4. Mbona 54.4? Tamin pia anashangaa. Is it 54.5 or 54.4? Let me just confirm with the question if it's 54.4 or 54.5. Yeah, by the way, it's 54.4. I don't know why, but let's follow up the question. I hope at that time wenyewe wajijua kwa nini ilikuwa ni hivyo. Sawa? So 54.4. So you take midpoint 4.5 minus 54.4. That gives you minus 49.9. And then 14.5 minus 54.4. That gives you minus 39.9. And the rest is also history. Do the same thing. You get minus 19.9. 44.5 minus 54.4 minus 9.9. This one 54.5 minus 54.4 gives you 0.1. This one gives you minus 54.4, which should give you around 0.1. itakupa 10.1. And also this, I think the same thing, 74.5 minus 54.4, which gives you 20.1. Hapa ni 20.1, hapa ni 30.1, na hapa ni 40.1. So sum of yani tushapata D, sasa hii ni FD. FD ni hiyo D times your frequency. So ni 1 times hiyo negative 49.9, which is just the same. Then 2 times negative 39.9. So 2 times negative 39.9, negative 79.8. Okay. Then we do the same thing, 4 times negative 29.9, which gives you negative 119.6. So then we do 7 times negative 19.9, which gives us negative 139.3. Then we do 10 times negative 9.9, ambayo itakuwa negative 99, and then 16 times 0.1, 1.6. Okay, 20 times 10.1, which gives us 202. So 20.1, 20 times 20.1 times 3 times 6, sorry, it gives us 120.6. We have 3 times 30.1, 90.3. Now here 1 times 40.1, which is 40.1. So ukiadd yote tafuta kitu hicho sum of FD. So add this all of them together and it should give you how much. So ukiadd negative 49.9 minus 79.8 minus 119.6 minus 139.3 minus 99 plus 1.6 plus 202 plus 120.6 plus 90.3 plus 40.1, na yafaa ikupe minus 33. So sum of FD ni minus 33. Okay, ukiangalia sum of F pia tutafute. So sum of F yetu hujapewa hapa, so just add everything. 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus 16 plus 20 plus 6 plus 3 plus 1, na ya kupa 70. Na hata tuko nao bona tunashangaa name add but all in all tunajua sum of F ni 70. So basically hii itakupa mark na hii nyingine itakupa mark. So formula yetu kama kawaida yetu, sum of FD divide by sum of F plus assume mean. So sum of FD ni negative 33 divide by 70 plus assume mean ambao ni tumpewa hapo kwenye swali 54.4, lakini sijui huo mwaka ni mimi ama ni Medfamilia ndio imekosa. Plus 54.4, it gives us 53.92. So 50 should give us 53.92. So 53.92, no, 53.93 kwa sababu nimeround up to 4 significant figure. So ni hiyo. Question 7. I think sasa nikisema nitafanya yote because all of them are just the same thing basically, but I'll try my best to if I will finish or not. But I don't think that, but I think that there are questions which are needed to be solved. Nikisema nitaruka tawadanganya. So let me do it with my full capacity. If we'll do it together, then we can finish it together. So just assist me, inshallah. So question 7 says the number of kilograms of meat sold in a butchery is shown there. Hiyo ndo table yako. So na table yako yasema state the modal frequency. Swali lenyewe na swali la B yasema calculate the mean mass. So calculate the mean butchery. Okay, there's someone saying stop rushing, look at the charts first. English please. Oh sorry, Stephen Mutisia, sorry I wasn't looking at the charts. So which question did you not understand? Which question? Which question did you not understand? So before we proceed, if there's a question that you haven't understood, you can kindly say it in the chat box, because I've seen you commenting. Is it 𝐒𝐓𝐀𝐄. Which question kindly? If there's a certain question kindly, if you're looking at this, if you're hearing me right now before I rush. Okay, I think no certain reaction. So basically, let me just continue. So if in case I find out your message, then I'll try my best to assist you. Okay. Question 7 says the number of kilograms of meat sold in a butchery is shown. So we have mass kg, which is 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, 26 to 30. We also have 31 to 35. Frequency is given below: 2, 3, 6. We have 8, we have 3, we have 2, and we also have 1. Okay. So, and how do you answer such questions? Right. Still the same concepts, nothing changes. So the modal frequency now. This question is very specific. Okay, this question is somehow very specific. I don't know. It says the modal frequency. There's the modal class and there's the modal frequency. The modal frequency is the one with the highest frequency. So basically your modal frequency ni 8. So in case yani mara zingine waweza ukashtukizia umeandika 16 to 20, but that's not the answer. So like this question tumeuliza state the modal class, and the modal class is the class with the highest frequency, which is 60 to 69. Sawa paka hapo. So now the same thing with this question. So the modal frequency hapa ni nini? Ni hiyo 8. So that's your answer basically. So sije kwa koroga ukaandika 16 to 20. That's your answer. Question B says calculate the mean mass. So in which hapa ni very easy. So hapa haihitaji sijui D sijui nini. So what you need to do is just basically to find out your midpoint, in which nimeandika hapa, and also your FD, fx, your midpoint ni x here, your frequency. So you also have to search for frequency. So your midpoint 1 to 5, midpoint yake ni ukichukua 1 ukiadd na 5 itakupa 6, na hiyo 6 ukidivide na 2 itakupa ngapi? 3. Sawa. So basically if I take 3 times 2 ni 6. 6 to 10, 6 plus 10 the same thing, itakupa 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So 8 times 3 ni 24. 11 to 15 ni 26 divided by 2, which is 13. So 13 times 6 itakupa 78. Sawa. The same thing, midpoint yako hapa 16 to 20, 16 plus 20 divided by 2, which is 18. And then 18, if you multiply to your frequency, it should give you 144. Nafanya mara moja tu so that we don't waste time. 21 to 25, the same situation, add those two and then divide by 2 gives you 23. Hata kuliko kudivide pia utajua yani. So hapa ni 28. Obviously the middle number from 26 to 30 is just 28. Na hapa ni 33. So even without dividing, you'll know it automatically. So si haina haja udivide baadaye ukakosa time kujibu. So hapo 23 times 3 is basically 69. So we have 69, and then we have 28 times 2, which is basically 56. Okay, and then we have 33 times 1, which is 33. Okay, so I'm using English for those viewers who just understand English very well. Okay, but still combine to Swahili most cases. So calculate the mean mass. Your mean mass is given by summation of fx divided by summation of f. But we haven't found out for summation of fx. Therefore, we need to add every number which is here. So yamaanisha hizi namba zote ambazo waziona hapa wafaa uzi add together. So let's take 6, add to 24, add to all those numbers that are there besides it. So plus 78, plus 144, plus 69, plus 56, plus 33, and it gives you a summation of 410. And basically this is your summation of fx. So, and then you take your frequency, and your frequency you also search for summation of f, or summation of frequency. You get 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 8 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, and it gives you 25 at the end of the day, which is 25 up. Okay, so summation of fx, which is 410, divided by 25. So if you take 410 divided by 25, it gives you how much? It should give you, I think, around 16.4. So the answer is 16.4. Basically, just stay tuned, because don't think that every question will just remain to be the same. Okay, so make sure, but don't write 16.4 only, 16.4 kg, very essential. Usije ukasahau units baadaye. So just stay tuned in, we haven't finished yet. So the other question says calculate the median mass. Calculate the median mass. So basically we need to find out also cumulative frequency. But for now, since we've answered question B, we don't need this fx part. Okay, let's just wrap it down. Okay, so in this part for question C, we just need what do we call it? We need something called cumulative frequency, which is given by the abbreviation CF. So you start by writing 2 and then add to 3, it gives you 5, add to 6, 11, 11 plus 8 gives you 19, plus 3, 22, plus 2, 24, and the last part 25. And then, just like I've said, lower boundary plus summation of f, divide by 2 minus cumulative frequency above times interval over frequency. Sawa paka hapo. And then, obviously, the rest is history. You take your 25 summation of f divided by 2 minus cumulative frequency above, in which in this case for now is the one behind it, so which is 22. Is it 22? Sorry, 24. 25 divided by 2 is how much? 25 divided by 2. Sometimes I get confused on certain matters. So 25 divided by 2 is 12.5, so it should be 22. So 12.5, you need to search where you get 12.5 from. Okay, and 12.5 is around under here 19. Okay, so we highlight this part. Okay, so minus cumulative frequency above, which is 11, so subtract to 11, multiply to your interval from 16 to 20 is basically just writing 20.5, your upper limit, minus your lower limit, 16.5, and it gives you 5. Okay, it should give you, is it 5? No, it is 4. Okay, because 16, 9, 8, 17, 18, 19. Is it 5 or 4? 20.5 minus 16.5. It gives me, no, it should be 15.5 and not 16, because your lower class limits is when you take 16 minus 0.5. So basically here is 15.5. Therefore, your interval becomes 5 and not 4. Okay, and if you also count it using your hands from 16 to 20, you look at the numbers, and the numbers that you have from 16 to 20, just 5 numbers. So multiply to 5, divide by your frequency, and your frequency is given by this one, divide by 8, and then plus your lower boundary, which I've said is 15.5. Okay, remember your class limits is from 15.5 to 20.5. So your lower boundary or lower class limit is 15.5. Okay, let's write it down somewhere neat after we've understood. So we've said 15.5 plus 12.5 minus 11 times your 5 divided by 9, if I'm correct. Is it divided by 9? I divide by 8. But most of the questions are, most of it I got it right. So divide by 8. So 12.5 minus 11 divided by 8 times 5. So you have this, we have 15.5 plus 0.9375. So there's one friend that's watching here. If you're watching, kudos to you. 16.4375. 16.4375. And that's your answer. Ooh, it's taking a toll for me. Okay, the masses of people during a clinic session are recorded. So basically, the same question, the same ideology, and I think, yeah, the same basic things. Okay. The same basic things. I don't know who. So we have question 8 here. And question 8 says, the masses of people during a clinic session are recorded. So let's make this question the last question for now, until next time. But let's do it because I'm somehow really tired. So the masses of people during a clinic session are recorded. So we have mass kg 40 to 44, 45 to 49, and we have 50 to 54, 55 to 59, 60 to 64, and etc. Okay, so we have something called cumulative, not cumulative, but instead we have midpoints. So let's search for the midpoints. So 40 to 44 is how much? You need to figure that. You need to figure that out also. So 40 to 44, the midpoint is 42, 47. We have 50 to 54, which is 52, 57, 62, 67, and also 72. And then obviously, then you search for something called fx. Okay, fx, and fx is given by the midpoint times your, which is this and this. So 42 times 1 gives you 42. 47 times 2, it gives you 94. 52 times 12, it should give you 624. 57 times 10, 570. 62 times 2 gives you 124. 67 times 2, 134. And 72 times 1, 72. So add all of them up, and it gives you a summation of 42 plus 94 plus 624 plus 570 plus 124 plus 134 plus 72, and gives you 1660. And if you add also summation of f, so this is your summation of fx. What about summation of f? 1 plus 2 plus 12 plus 10 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. Remember, these are the numbers that I'm adding. If I add those all up, it gives me 30. And if I add this all up, it gives me basically everything. Okay, so 1660. So sum of fx over sum of f gives you the mean. And if I take 1660 divided by 30, gives me 55.33. Okay, so that's your mean. I hope you've understood. Question 9. Let's finish up this. Okay, it basically is just the same thing. The only difference comes here is just the difference between the median and the mean height, but automatically everything is the same. These other questions are somehow different. Okay, but first let's finish one by one. But I think if you have the asthma, you can finish the whole paper. Just basically how many questions? 23 questions. Just imagine if you do all the 23 questions, do you think that statistics 1 you might get wrong in statistics 1? So let me do just simple one question only, because basically everything is the same, so I don't have to repeat everything. But if you want this paper, I can send it to you, or just contact me through this number 0797 550885. Okay, state the model class. The model class will be 25. Is 30? No, it's 40 to 45. I was just trying to see if you understand it or not. So your model class is 40 to 45. Basically, this is your model class. The mean height also, we do the same thing. We find the midpoint. Your midpoint is from 2024, 22, 27, 32, 37, 42, hapani 42, hapani 47, hapani 52, and this is 57. Okay, and then you find fx just like usual. 22 times 2, 44. 27 times 15, 405. 32 times 18, 576. 37 times 25, 925. 42 times 30, 1260. 47 times 6, 282. 52 times 3, 156. And 57 times 2 is basically 114. Okay, that's sum of fx, and some are not sum of fx, but those are fx. So let's add them up and to give us sum of fx. So you add 44 to 405, 576, all of those. Add them up. So 44 plus 405 plus 576 plus 925 plus 1260 plus 282 plus 156 plus 14, and it gives us, I'm just trying to see if I'm correct somewhere or wrong. 44 plus 405, 22 times 7, 27 times 15 plus 2 times 18, 2 plus 6 times 47, 2 times 156 plus 57 times 114. Why am I giving different answers? Unless I'm getting somewhere wrong. Stuck. Am I correct? So no. That's 2 times 18, that's 7 times 30 times 42, 6 times 47, 52 times 15. Also, so supposed to be 52 times 3. 2 times 3. And 57 times, no, times 2. Okay, it gives me still the same thing, which is 3762. And I'm still adding them up to see if I'm correct. Yeah, okay, it should give me 3762, which is basically correct. And then if you add sum of f, 2 plus 15 plus 18 plus 25 plus 30 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2, which is 101, just like the question says. Okay, so same thing, sum of fx divided by sum of f, and it should give you 3762 divided by 101, Divided by the answer gives me 37.25 centimeters. To 2 decimal places, that is. Okay. Oof. Now that's 7.6 to 7.25. Yeah. Now let's search for median. I think the second question was supposed to be median. And then the third one too. No. Oh, the second question is the difference between the median and mean height. So first let's search for median then, so that we can get the difference. So median still given by the formula, sum of f over 2 minus cumulative frequency above times I divided by f. Okay, now I think we need to wrap this all so that we can write the CF, and we have space for it. Okay, now your cumulative frequency, which is CF, you start writing 2, then add to 15 gives you 17, add to 18 gives you 35, add to 25 gives you 60, 30 gives you 90, 96, 99 and 101 basically. So kitu ambacho utakifanya hapa nimesema sum of f divided by 2. Hiyo ni kitu muhimu. So that's an important factor. So 101 divided by 2 gives you 50.5. Okay, and 50.5 is where do you find 50.5? 50.5, 50.5, I think it's around here. Okay, so we highlight the whole thing. So highlight the whole thing. So you start by writing 50.5, which is sum of f divided by 2 minus cumulative frequency above, which is 35 minus 35. Okay, times our class interval. So ukiona hapa kutoka 35 mpaka 39 ni ngapi? Ni how many numbers? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are 5 numbers. So or else ukitaka kujua 35 to 39, you write it as 34.5. You subtract 0.5 and add 0.5. So 39.5 minus 34.5 should give us still 5. So times 5 over our frequency, and our frequency in this table is this 25. So times over 25 plus our lower boundary. Lower boundary is this 34.5. 34.5 plus 50.5 minus 35 divided by 25 times 5. This one gives us 3.1. If I add this all up, it should give me around 38.6. Is it 38.6? No, that's 7.6. How did I get the 38 from? That's 7.6 centimeters. So, and the difference between the median, so your median is at 7.6. So here the median difference minus your mean, and your mean was 37.25. So which gives us that 7.6 minus the 7.25, which is just simply 0.35. 0.35 watts bananas centimeters. Now, okay, till there, let's stop it there because I'm really tired. Nimewafunza median, mean, nikiendelea, but next time I think we'll finish up with this questions, which is still assume mean, to be basically saying we'll finish up with these questions inshallah bi'idhnillah al-kareem. So basically it's very simple. So and also these questions, so hapa ni kuchora frequency tables, which is very important to ujue. So without that frequency table yako itakuwa porojo tu. Sawa. So inshallah the next time we come again, tutamaliza na mean, tutamaliza na assume mean, and also we're going to study statistics too. So we're going to study statistics too. Umeona, the other questions are quite important, so it's not a session to miss also. Again, so and وهذا السلام عليكم. But before niwasalimie kabla sijasahau, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, not a bad comment, and I know who's commenting. So leave us, subscribe, share it to your friends so that they can watch as well after the class. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.